Sorry, I had to use you guys as a mirror. This is my third cup of coffee today. Here's the deal, folks. I tried to film a video like 4 times so far this week to be this video. And I've filmed bits and pieces of it, but I just don't have the passion or the joy for the video that I kept trying to pursue. And finally, on this 5th round, on this 5th attempt, I was like, why do you keep trying to make a video you're not feeling like genuinely, authentically excited to make? And it was out of obligation or what I thought would get clicks. I wanted to do a monthly reset this month, and it has helped. I have been a lot more focused so far this week. But it was like, every time I tried to film it, it felt icky. And I don't really know why. Maybe in the future I'll do a monthly reset situation. But it didn't feel like authentically something I wanted to make this week. But I figured it's been a while since I've just done a talking video. And that's something I actually feel like doing. So let's chat. Something that relates to my monthly reset video idea, but is actually important and something that I'm excited to do, is I decided to narrow down what I focus on in a month segment. So I have this issue. Call it the ADHD, call it the overambition, call it the can't focus. I don't know. But I want to do like everything all the time at max capacity and get as much dopamine. It's like I'm a dopamine collector. I like want to be uber successful in every single thought that I have ever. And that's overwhelming because when you're a creative person, you have an endless amount of projects or things that you can work on or ideas or whatever. Okay, so grand idea is I decided to focus this month. Okay, so I have 3 main things that I'm working on this month, and then I also have a little bit of a little side quest that I'm letting myself venture on. Okay, but the main 3 focuses are: 1, I'm going to continue doing 75 hard, because guess who has started and quit 75 hard about 82 times this year? At this point, it's getting like, girl, finish it, or else you're going to run out of days this year. You're not going to be able to accomplish it. I'm on day 16 right now. We're going strong, and I don't plan on quitting. Number 2, we're focusing on our writing, folks. If you don't know me, I don't really talk about this aspect of myself a lot on YouTube specifically, but one of my big dreams is to be an author, a published author. I tend to stop myself and I tend to self-sabotage my writing progress because, I don't know, self-doubt. I want my parents to love me. Just kidding. Anyway, this month you're getting a full, complete rough draft done. Like, I've had a million rough drafts 3/4 of the way finished, but I've never like allowed myself to finish it. To motivate me to do it, I've been reaching out preemptively, mind you, I am aware. I've been reaching out I'm going to reach out to publishers every day with my timeline of when I'm going to have my book done, so I get it together. Because I do notice that if I have an insane timeline, I get my shit together very quickly. I've reached out to 1. Okay, and I've reached out to 1 editor, and she was actually really nice. The editor lady was very nice and was very informative. But yeah, I'm going to reach out to publishers. A, rejection therapy. B, get the ball rolling, because in the email I'm like, hey, queens, I know that this is really early, and I'm not expecting you to even pay attention to me right now. But if you have any words of advice, or if you have a very specific thing that you're looking for that would help me get me in the door, like really anything, like just get the conversation started. And so that way when my book is ready, I might have a foot in the door somewhere, or I've had a conversation with someone before. And then this month, the month of September, I have a writing goal. Okay, so the average novel is about 80,000 words, so I'm using that as like my baseline goal. So right now I have 11,561 words in my official rough draft that I started this month so far. I need to, on average, write 2,444 words a day, or 17,109 words a week, every week to get to my goal. Okay, and I also, on my bingo card, have a 30-day writing streak goal. So I figured 2 birds, 1 stone. 2 writing goals, 1 writer. As I don't know how to share my writing experience with you guys, but it's something I'm genuinely really passionate about, and I really, like, I want that to be, like, my main career. Like, I want YouTube to be my fun place. You know what I mean? If I make money off of it someday, cool. But this is just kind of my documentation for myself. And for 66 of you who decided to subscribe, thank you. But yeah, I want, like, my main career to be a successful author. That would be so cool. And I think I can do it if I just actually decide to do it. You know what I mean? So you have my word, people. We're writing, folks. Okay, goal number 3 is I want to streamline some routines and, like, some systems to make my life less hard. A couple things that I've done. I have been plugging in my phone at night in the office in here. And I have a good old-fashioned alarm clock in my room. And that's been working, actually. So for the first week I was using it, I wasn't getting up at my alarm clock. I was hitting snooze, but I was a lot more rested because I wasn't scrolling all night. So that was improvement number 1. So I went from, like, kind of crawling out of my room at like 8:39 with my toddler that's been awake eating Cheerios in my bed since 6 to getting up at about 7:30, feeling well rested. And today was the first day that I actually woke up when my alarm went off, which was 6 a.m. And I got my journaling done, and I feel great. Another thing is I got rid of a lot of my journals. And you might be like, what do you mean a lot of your journals? Did you just have one? Here's the thing. I threw them away already and / gave them away. But I had, like, a stack this high of guided journals that I kept returning to here and there. But it was like they were kind of just stressing me out because it felt like a to-do list rather than something like a helpful tool. And then I also had a stack of journals like this where they were, like, half filled out. And you might be like, oh, don't get rid of those. Like, don't get rid of your journals. Those are your memories. Well, first off, they were all half full. So that's obnoxious, number 1. Number 2, they were all like this. They were all goal-oriented, which is cool, you know, but how sad when I die one day, imagine Kai, like, going through my journals and it's all habit trackers. So here's what I did. I have a goal journal. Cool. I have a gratitude manifestation journal that I keep by my bed. So if I can't sleep, instead of being on my phone, I just journal. That's been working. This is carried around with me because that way I can quickly access my goals or work wherever I'm at. Because it also has, like, my schedule and, like, blood sugar stuff, whatever. So this comes with me. And then I have 1 brain dump journal that never leaves my desk and 1 brain dump journal that never leaves my bag. So we only have a total of 4 now. We used to have, do you want to guess how many we had before? Are you going to guess? 18 active journals, guys. Oh. So I streamlined that because it's like, girl, put your brain. I understand the organization. Like, these 2 separate journals make sense, and the brain dumping journals make sense because sometimes you don't want to, like, ruin the vibe of your journal with, like, garbage. So the stationary brain dumps and the moving cute journals, great system. So that's another one. Number 3, I have delegated something. I never thought I would be able to do that because I'm kind of a control freak. I like to pretend I'm chill, but I'm not. I gave Dylan the job of food. And you might be like, food? Yeah, girl. He's in charge of making the menus. He's in charge of choosing what we're eating that week. He's in charge of shopping. He's in charge of cooking, meal prepping. He's in charge of the food budget. Bye food noise. I don't have to think about it. This was helpful for multiple reasons. 1, I had so much on my plate, I felt like I was drowning. 2, because I was being a control freak, whenever Dylan would try to participate and help, I'd be like, get out of the kitchen, or I'd be, like, nitpicking him the entire time I was trying to. Oh, I was just being an ass. You know what I mean? Because he was in my space, even though he was trying to help. Whatever. He really enjoys cooking, so giving him this job is something he's good at and efficient at. Way more efficient and good at than I am. Okay? I don't know why I didn't give him the job earlier. It's just I wanted it to be a do-it-all. But anyway, point being, it's also making us like each other a little bit more because he's a busy guy. He works a lot. Like, it's like 14 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. You know what I mean? So, like, he's not home a lot. And so, like, feeling angry that he wasn't participating in the house a lot is kind of unfair because he's paying for the house, you know? But I still wanted him to participate and feel like, you know, he was part of this partnership. And him cooking honestly kind of solved all of that. I was kind of like, oh, now I have time to not think about any of that stuff. I can just focus on keeping the house clean and keeping our kid alive. Check, check. Third reason, I have a long history with food, okay? I'm type 1 diabetic, so that kind of created a weird relationship with me growing up just because you naturally have to be restrictive, especially when you're a kid and your parents are just trying to keep you alive. It created like this weird, like, what's it called? The opposite of abundance. Scarcity mindset. Didn't see that coming, did you? I had a scarcity mindset with food. And so then, as like an act of rebellion / eating my feelings / I don't know, it's a eating disorder. It doesn't have to make sense. I started binge eating and I gained like 100 pounds in high school era. And then I also slowly lost and have maintained that weight loss. I just haven't kind of gotten over that plateau of like getting super fit yet. And that's why I don't know. Point being is that a lot of times when I put a lot of focus and energy into food, it stresses me the hell out. But if food just gets put in front of me, I'm a lot better. So giving Dylan this job was clearly a good choice. I could have spiraled out about that for the next 20 minutes, but we got to stop and move on. Those are 3 main key points: 75 hard, writing, streamlining my shit. Now, a little side quest. I am starting letter writing. You're like, oh, okay, queen, what? So when I was a kid, I used to really, really enjoy getting letters and writing letters back, but I stopped doing that because, you know, text and email and all that fun stuff exists. And I am by no means stopping texting because communicating solely through snail mail is both adding a chore to somebody else's plate and also unrealistic in this day of age, okay? But monthly, I started doing this with my siblings, and now I'm expanding it to like friends and people that I care about and want to put energy towards. I'm just gonna write them little letters. I also got like mini sketchbook papers so that way I can create some art and send it to my friends. This is coming with a disclaimer of like I'm sending out these things to my friends and I'm being like, hey, this is not creating a chore for you or an obligation to you to like respond to me via letter. Like, don't feel stressed out. Just enjoy the fact that you got a letter. That's fine. If you want to write back, I would love that, but like, no stress. But I think there's something special that we lost in regards to letter writing, in the sense that to write a letter, you have to think about someone long enough to either get a card or a piece of paper and a pen out, take the time to write something that's worthy of writing a letter about, sealing that up, taking it to the post office and mailing it out. It's very intentional. It takes time. It takes love and takes effort, and there's something physical about it. It's like, I'm thinking of you, and it's something I enjoy doing, and something that I think my friends would enjoy receiving, and so I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna make a video a little bit later about my little process with my letter writing, because I'm just getting started, so I'm kind of like, it feels a little raw and vulnerable. Last point, or last 2 points. One is, if you want a community and village, I know a lot of us just wish there was this magical thing where a lot of people would surround us with abundance and love and always show up for us when we need it, but not have to put in much effort. Crazy, I know. But I just wanted to remind you that community and a village isn't always just the cutesy fun stuff. It's showing up for each other when you need it. And it's something that I've had to remind, like, be, like, presently mindful of and how I interact. And yeah, I just want to share that I think we've lost the plot on that. I feel like the idea of individualism has kind of ruined the idea that we can ask for help, and then we can also give help, and it doesn't need to be like some big thing. Like, asking for help is brave because of the implications of what someone helping you means. You know what I mean? Like, it's this grandiose thing, but I think we should just help each other with small little things, and I think that should just be the baseline humanity response to each other. And I think especially as women, we should show up for each other more, because it's really isolating being a woman and in my case, like a mother. And if we're going to build villages, we can't spend so much time trying to one-up each other. We need to spend a lot more time showing up for each other. And obviously I'm not saying, hey, go empty your cup into everyone else's and like drown by yourself. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, take care of yourself and then also help take care of others when you are able to. Number 2, I saw a video that was like, you haven't done it yet, or you haven't like fully accomplished your goal yet because you haven't decided to do it. You've hoped about it, you've dreamt about it, you've hoped for it, you've planned it, you've started and you've quit, but you never decided that you were just going to do it and not give up. And he was talking about weight loss because he'd lost like a ton of weight, like 200 pounds, and he made that video. And he was like, I'm not trying to be mean, and maybe you're not in a space to hear that, but you just need to decide to do it. And that's so applicable to so many things. So that was kind of moving to me this past week. I actually did a monthly reset this month. Like, I actually sat down and did it because I was like, yeah, like, if you want your life to be organized and to accomplish your goals, you need to decide to do it. And I didn't spend a ton of time resetting. I just made the plan, and then so that way I was able to take action effectively. I think that's also why I decided I'm writing a book and actually following through with it, not just talking about it, because I've been talking about it for years. If you're my friends, if you're like my friend in real life, you're like rolling your eyes at this point because I've been trying to do this for years. But it's like, I'm deciding to do this. And same with the 75 hard. It's like, I am deciding to do this. We're not giving up. We're not coming up with excuses. And also, like, hey girl, you've already lost a lot of poundage. You know what I mean? And you've kind of lost the plot on just getting to your end goal. Like, as if there's something icky about actually being successful in whatever you're dreaming about. I've decided I'm done avoiding myself. And that is profound. Anyway, I would apologize for just rambling today, but that's just what I needed. And so I hope that's what you needed as well. And if you're here all the way at the end of this video, thank you for hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on a video that usually isn't just me sitting down talking. I'm usually doing stuff. And like the video because it helps me out. But this week you just get my thoughts. I hope you liked them. Bye.